Do you still remember any of the choreography from any of the hit songs that you kind of do from time to time?
It never goes away.
You were very open and candid in this memoir, which we appreciate. What do you think fans would be most shocked to learn about when they open up your memoir?
You know, I don't know what the most surprising thing would be. I think maybe not so much to fans. I think it's more like, you know, the wider public who maybe have opinions or have these like misconceptions about it being manufactured and it being like a marketing man's dream, which of course it was. But all of these things came from a real place, you know, talking about girl power, our individuality.
Why do you think Five Girls have made such a fantastic impression on the charts? Why?
I don't know. I mean, I think that we think maybe it could be because there's so many boy bands and so many boy acts. I think girls like to see some other girls doing it for a change.
You know, even more important for me was to be very open and be very honest, because I feel, having suffered with an eating disorder, anxiety and depression in my life, I know so many people experience these things. I felt so alone, I felt so isolated. So I didn't really know where I belonged. And I feel like that made me, you know, want to find my own place out there. And I think that pushed me to be very determined to succeed.
So I'm about to ask you a question that may feel like I'm asking you who your favorite child is, but I have to know. Do you have a favorite Spice Girls song?
Oh, you know, that is a tough question. I believe we have beautiful ballads. So something like To Be Come On, Too Much, Viva Forever, Goodbye. But then we did the Olympics in London 2012, and we did a little medley of Wannabe and Spice Up Your Life. And to me, those songs are like, they're kind of our silly songs, but they are the energy and the essence of the Spice Girls.
The Spice Girls. When are you guys going on tour? And notice I said when. Yes.
Well, it is going to be when. You know what? We are still talking about how and when that's going to happen, but we want to do it. And I say it all. Obviously, Victoria's still on the bench right now. She's still very much part of the band. She's always very involved in all the decisions that we make. But the other four of us want to get back on stage.
You talked about how David became one of the girls after Victoria and him fell in love. I love that. Can you talk about his support of the band? Is he still one of the gals today?
Absolutely. You know, there's not many people allowed into the inner circle. But I think as soon as we met David, we really liked him because at that time he was quite quiet and he was quite shy. So he didn't get involved. You know, that's like the biggest mistake of any Spice partner to do is like get involved in any band politics. That's a big no-no.
If he was a part of the band in real life, what would his Spice gal's name be?
Oh, he'd be the real Sporty Spice, wouldn't he? I'd be in trouble.
We're still bopping to the hit singles like Wannabe. That type of chaos that we saw on our screen and on the radio, it doesn't sound like that was an act ever for you all.
You know, Wannabe, we didn't know whether it would ever be released because we were just being silly in the studio. You know, they wanted to capture the essence of the energy that we had, the five of us, when we were together. They kind of molded this like craziness into a song. And it was funny because the label was so nervous to release Wannabe, but we were like, no, Wannabe has to be the first single because it's the introduction to us. It lets the world know who we are.